So many of us have found ourselves in debt and have been paralyzed by this debt, and you do not even know how to get out of it. Today we're going to look at how do we avoid debt, how do we manage debt if we find ourselves in debt, and how do we then avoid going back into debt. My name is Jacqueline Bijiran Wamanya. I'm an IFC certified trainer and a business coach. Debt management is one of the hardest things that affects our finances. Why? Because it puts you in a mindset where you're always worried, you're always anxious, but at the same time, like the Bible says, that the borrower works for the lender. Imagine that every money you get, you have to always be paying someone out there. Why do we find ourselves in situations where we're in debt? We find ourselves in situations where we're in debt. One, because at times we live with the Jonases and we're trying to keep up with them. What do I mean by this? You're trying to live a lifestyle that is not equivalent to your income. Just because you see everybody posting on social media, on Instagram or whatever, and they're posting a certain lifestyle, you want to have that kind of lifestyle. And probably your income is not yet at that point. So what do? You go out to borrow. Second is, at times we do not plan for emergencies. We've not set aside money for emergencies. So when we're faced with emergencies, we have no alternative but to go out and borrow. And at times, even the borrowing we're making is not at a normal interest rate. It's at a very exorbitant interest rate because you need the money there and then. You're in a position where you cannot even negotiate. Other reasons that we find ourselves in debt is because we don't have a budget. Some people live hand to mouth, but also because we do not budget for our money right. We spend every money that comes in just is spent. You ask people so many times, how much do you spend a month? How much do you spend on food? How much do you spend on this? And someone's like, oh, I don't know. I spend as and when I have money. So with all those, that is already financial indiscipline, and that indiscipline is going to lead you to debt. But you should not be worried. If you find yourself in debt, how do you manage that debt and get out of debt? One, do not consolidate your debt. Most times when we find ourselves in debt, what do? We go to another money lender and ask them to buy off that loan and now have a fresh loan. Though they pay off the other person, you have a fresh loan and you start from there. That is not taking away the problem. That's just consolidating it and assuming you've sorted the problem. But remember, you're going to have to pay this other money lender, or you're going to have to pay this commercial bank. So you're still in debt ideally. The second is be frugal. When you're trying to get out of debt, this is the time for you to be as frugal as possible. Anything that is considered luxury, you downsize. Even if it means for you to having to change your lifestyle, just tell yourself, I have a 6 months period, I have a 1 year period for me to get out of this debt. I am downsizing on everything. I'm going to park my car. I'm going to, reduce the number of meals. I'm going to reduce eating out. I'm not buying any new clothes during this period. You need to be as frugal as possible to be able to get out of this debt. At times we have so many little debts and we don't know about them. The third is list down all your debts, even to the list. Even if it's 10,000, list down all those debts. Why do you want to list them down? Because you want to knock them off one by one. You want to knock each of them off one by one. So after you've listed them down, the fourth is go to these people that you have borrowed from, whether they're money lenders, whether they're friends and family, whether it's a commercial bank, and come up with a payment plan and say, between now and this period, I'm going to be able to pay you X amount of money. The fifth is celebrate little wins. Every time you knock off an amount, celebrate it, because debt for me is like as if you're in a very deep hole and you're trying to come up to get some light. So celebrate every little win. If you knock off 10,000, tick it off and celebrate it and give a kudos to yourself. The other is Number 6 is create an emergency fund. It's very hard to find people in debt just that they are on the whim to pick up debt here and there. Apart from those who are very indisciplined with their lives or with their finances. But majority of people find themselves in debt. I have a sick child. I don't have money to take them to hospital. My car got an accident. I need to take it to the repair shop. There's an emergency that they're trying to get out of, and then they go to borrow to quickly get out of that. So create an emergency fund that will help you to be able to avoid future debt. So remember that you can avoid debt, you can come out of debt, you can manage your debt, and then you can also put up a plan never to find yourself in debt again. Now, there's a disclaimer there. Some type of debt is good, especially if it is debt that you've picked up for your business, debt that you've picked up to be able to run your business right. You're looking for operational capital, or maybe you want to buy a new equipment, or probably you have a financial hiccup, or you want to scale up. That is very good debt. But what I would advise there is that before you pick it up, map out how you project how you're going to be able to pay that. Is your business able to cover that cost? For example, if you've taken up 10 million shillings to be able to buy an equipment, and you need to pay maybe 200,000 or 300,000 every month, can your business be able to handle that amount of payment out, so that you do not find yourself borrowing from other places to be able to go and people will lend you? So business debt is good because that is to help you scale your business, but consumer debt is very, very, first of all, irresponsible, but also dangerous because it's going to put you into debt. So thank you so much, and I hope that you're going to go back today, look at your debt, list it down, reach out to the people that you need to pay, but also celebrate those small wins and make a promise to yourself that you will never get out of. You will never find yourself in debt again. If there's nothing you take out of this video today, take out that the borrower works for the lender. I don't think you want that to be you. Thank you so much for following our personal financial management series. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. I also want to inform you that we will be having a training on personal financial management on the 29th of April at the Fairway Hotel. Check in the description and get details on how you can be part of this training and how you can register. But I'd also like to say a shout out to Etroka Films and Productions. Thank you so much for helping us to be able to have these videos out every week. You will also find their details in the description. Please remember to look out for them and follow them on their social medias. And you could also follow us on our social medias on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, and definitely on this YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Remember to share. Thank you. Catch you on the next one.